Hey guys, how's it going? I haven't done a video in like 4 or 5 weeks maybe, so I thought I'll do one and show you guys what I'm up to. I haven't actually done anything. I bolted my winch on and it works. So I'm going to be fitting the axle shaft today because I've just got it back from the welders and it's nice and straight. So yeah, we're going to be fitting that. So loosening the wheel nuts, and then I'm going to take the wheel off, and then I'll show you what we do there. Right, now that we've got the wheel off, you want to unbolt your caliper off, and you want to undo these bolts down the back of here, these 4, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. I don't have backing plates on mine to keep the stones out of the brakes, so you might have to take the disc off if you've got backing plates on it, or if it's drum brakes, which this was, I've converted it to discs. You want to knock your drum off, and then take all your brakes off, all the shoes, and then undo these 4 bolts that are down the back there. So I'm going to take my caliper off, and then take those 4 bolts out, and then I'll show you what's happening now. Right, now that you've got your 4 bolts out from behind there, and the caliper sitting up nicely out of the way, you're just going to give it a bit of a whack, and make sure you get a drain tray because chances are there will be oil in here. So you just want to give it a bit of a whack like that, so that it breaks that sealant that holds that together, and then it should come off nice and easy. I'm going to do it off camera because I need 2 hands to do it, so hold on a sec. Okay, just one hit of my hand on the end of the locking hub there and it came off. You can see it's full of grease, and there's grease all in there everywhere. So I'll just wipe that grease out of the way, and then I will slip my axle in there. There wasn't actually any oil in there, but I thought there was going to be because I've been driving it around for a while with no axle shaft on it. But yeah, I'll just wipe that out of the way, and then we'll slip my axle in, and then I'll reassemble it. So you want to put a smear of grease all around there so that it splines into the diff nicely, and so it slides through the seal. My axle shaft, the fat part of it, is fatter than the seal surface, so I have to make sure that there's heaps of grease in there so that I don't damage the seal. Okay, so I've wiped all the grease that I can, like all the big lumps of grease off of this, and I've put them all in there, and I've pushed the axle home. You can't really see, and I'm really wobbly, but I've pushed the axle all the way home, and I'll wipe the seal surface here so there's no grease on it at all, and I'll use some brake clean and a rag and make sure that it's nice and oil free, so when I put some silicone or some kind of sealant on it, it's not contaminated. And I'll do the same with this bit here, and I won't put sealant on there, I don't think, just on this part. And then you want to put your snap ring on the end of the shaft, and I'll lock the hub because then I can turn it, and it's turning the CV joint as well, and then it can just locate, and then I can just pop it in, hopefully. Yeah, so we'll do that, and I'll show you when it's in. I just thought that I'd show you how I do my sealant gaskets. When it focuses, there we go. There is a proper way to do it, and I have been told, but I don't really remember. So I just make a full circle around there, all perfectly, or as close to perfectly smooth as I can get it. And then I'll do the little ears around the holes, making sure that it all joins up and there's no gaps, and it's not in the actual hole. And then I put it together. Right, now that you've got those 4 bolts in, you want to wind them up until they're hand tight, and make sure that this is properly located in, because there's a little lip that locates into this cast piece here. And then you want to do them up evenly, so you want to do that one, and then so this one here, then this one, then that one, then that one. And you want to do them half tight and then full tight, just to make sure it's pulled up properly. And if you have any damaged or stripped threads, you have to sort that out, because that holds your whole wheel on, and if they come off, then your whole wheel's going to fall off on the road or 4-wheel drive track somewhere. Yeah, because they hold your whole wheel on. Yeah, and then you do them up tight, and then we'll put the wheel on. So you tighten your wheel nuts up by hand, and then you make sure that your hubs are unlocked. So this is locked now. There we go, now it's unlocked, which means it's not turning that CV joint or the axle. And then you lower it down off your axle stands, or in my case the jacking bridge, and then you torque your wheel nuts up, or just tighten them up with the bar if that's what you like to do. And I torque them up to about 90 foot-pounds, which is about 120 Newton meters, and that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and that's all for today, so we'll see you again next time. See ya.